What up? What up? What up? How's everybody doing tonight? What up, Brendan, Carol, Michael, Tom, John, Travis, Tim? How's everybody doing tonight? Just trying to see if I missed anyone else. But yeah, has anybody got any plans for the weekend? What up, Frank? Daniel? Has anybody got any plans for the weekend? You go fishing at all? I haven't been fishing that much this week. I only went yesterday, and yeah, that's it. I caught a snakehead and a bass. It was kind of tough because it was outgoing tide, uh, like pretty much the end of outgoing tide. So it was real low on the one side, and then the other side was kind of deeper, but there's not much fish that stay around. It's mainly like the snakeheads that like to stay around. But there was a lot of duckweed though, which was kind of cool. This place doesn't usually get much of that, so it was kind of interesting to see that. So that's kind of where I caught that fish with the adduced away, because it was like right in some duckweed. I ran the bait right into it, and then the snakehead I had caught off a war eagle um, spinner. I bend it back as good as I can, but it's all loose on the head part. So, but it probably would still work. So, but it's all lopsided. Like it's all bent. I can't really play this kind of, but it's all kinked up. That's only like one snakehead. That was like the first time I used it, that spinner. So it got messed up pretty quick. But I didn't want to use it again and destroy it. So I'm going to probably just save it for when I know I'm not going specifically around like a lot of snakeheads, because they just destroy the damn spinner baits. Yeah, I got to work too tomorrow and Sunday. So, but Monday at least I got off, and Tuesday. Yeah, nah, it might be for a little while. The damn sale though that they have at the hookup tackle, the 15% off, is tempting me, but unless they probably get something like crazy that I've wanted this Sunday, I probably will skip it. Yeah, the War Eagles, I like them, but then at the same time, they don't last really for me. I like some other like spinner baits. They can take a little bit more abuse, but not too much more, to be honest. So, but there is a few though. I'm gonna show one tonight that's pretty cool. I got a little pretty decent box of stuff to show. It's like a whole bunch of stuff. So it's pretty filled. The only really couple things is like a couple of different types of hooks. But I'm not sure. Maybe JP will probably end up watching it sooner or later, but he was kind of asking me about one of these baits here. I think it's the Z Crawl Junior. This is the crawler one, and it has these little. Let's see if I can get the light. I don't think the face is like, the paint's too black to show it. Try and get the right angle. There we go. Kind of. You can kind of see that hole in the corner right there on the mouth. There, well, that's sort of the same pretty much thing that's on this bait here, but that's where the lip goes in. That's where that piece would go. So that bait there, you could take the wings off and put a lip on if you wanted. And then the same thing for this bait here. It has the side on the edge or the side of the bait right here. It's got parts or cut out slits so that it can insert the wings, and then you just screw it in the middle. It has the pilot hole for that screw. So he was wondering if that was supposed to be like that or not. All right, Daniel. Yeah, we'll probably be here for a little bit too, because like I said, I got plenty of stuff to show. And yeah, like I said, this bait is pretty cool. It's not just like a wake. One thing I like about it, it does actually come through like leaves, and a lot of like that duckweed was pretty good. It just came through, just kind of like come to the side. It really didn't get on the hooks really as much as I thought. And like I said, you get that kind of like one knock sound, and it's pretty loud. And it's also a pretty heavy bait. It's a little more than an ounce, so it's not too light. So you can cast this thing pretty far. And then you get that marabou tail. It's not too much. And that prop kicks up water since it's like at an angle. You kind of have like, this is how it's kind of like swimming in the water. So it's kind of like this. And that tail is at an angle, and it's, as it's spinning, it's kind of like kicking water and little sprinkles of water around the bait. And it kind of looks like a little bunch of fish running with it or fleeing really. So it's kind of nice. And then you can walk this bait as well. And it'll almost like literally walk on itself in place. Like it doesn't really go far at all. And you'll hear it like from a pretty far distance making that sound. So yeah, I know you're talking about that one that you can take the back off. That one kind of reminds me of this one more. Maybe with the tail, and then you can put the prop on it as well. You could probably honestly take this prop off if you wanted, and then put a blade on the back. Because that eyelet, you know, you can unscrew that no problem probably. Like the Raid. I'm allergic to cats, but I still like them. They're pretty funny. So I'm gonna show some of the. I guess I'll start with the soft plastic since it's really, I don't have much of that. And also, yeah, let's start with these. So these, they came back in stock a little while ago. And I noticed a lot of differences in the bait, and also a little bit something that was kind of interesting. Let me actually take this off. And so these are the Kinku 13s, the Air, These are the ones that have like sort of like a buoyancy to them, that float. They have pretty much like little hollow cavities throughout the whole entire like worm. Um, I'll show you guys in a second. But also what I was gonna say was that what I noticed is that also these are scented. You know, they have a scent to them, and the older ones don't. And but the older ones I have are not the air model, but there's like a lot of differences. This one here with the crawler wings, this one is pretty fast. You can go like, you can pretty much like burn it, and it doesn't really blow out. That's one thing I like about this. Like, it's super stable for like the size of the bait. You can go way faster than the what's it called, Raid. I know that. And then you can go also super slow if you want. And it's because it kind of stays a lot lower in the water than the Raid does. But what I was gonna say was that what I noticed is that like the packaging is totally different than the old one. If you look at it, the packaging is actually like bigger, and the worm itself is actually like bigger than this one. This one here is actually, it's not 13 inches. I measured it, it's actually 12 inches. So you're not even getting 13 inches. And then this one here is 13 inches. And like I said, it's also, the bait is not made in the same place. The old Kinko 13-inch is made in China, and this one is made in Taiwan. So, and the packaging, like I said, is totally different because it doesn't, it's completely like sealed, heat sealed. This one you can hang even after opening, which I like that. But yeah, found that kind of interesting. And I noticed that with a lot of actually soft plastics from Japan, that they're like going from China to Taiwan. But it's a nice worm. Oh yeah, it's got like the scent like the bull flats. It's like, yeah, it is a lot lighter. It's a nice color. And like I said, it has these little, on the regular Kinko worm, you do have these like ribs on there. They'll catch, you know, some air, but as you can see, like, see that kind of like cavities in there? Those are like drilled out holes that are all throughout the whole entire worm to pretty much the end, except for like this part right here, which is supposed to be like solid to accept like a weight. And then you got that tail that's on it that you'll get at the end. But usually it has that spot in the middle right here to put like a shrink wrap tubing around there. And you have it like that and Nico it. That's the main way that they rig this. You can do a wacky, but it tends to do better with doing Nico and rigging it like this with the rib side towards you. What up, Guggen Slayer? Yeah, I just wanted to get like one of a pack of those just to have them. I do want to try fishing some bigger worms. I mainly use, like I said, Nico. I have actually one worm right here rigged up that I've used already, but this one here, just like that, pretty much. It has a weight on it right here on the bottom. It's tungsten, and I just have it rigged inside of a shrink wrap tubing right there. But this is not the air model one. This is the regular version, so this will sink. This one's probably a little bit better for wacky rigging. Still get them cut. And then these here are from the Amakatsu. These were actually on sale, which was kind of cool. This one here is 13 inches, 505. So pretty big worm. The original Kinkos are actually, they say 13, but they're actually 12 inches. They're actually a little smaller. So it's pretty weird. And it might be like a totally different type of mold that they end up pretty much making for that Kinko Air. And like I said, I got the Amakatsu eel crawlers. These are actually on sale. I think we're about to find out, but I'm pretty sure they're made out of like an elastic material or elastomer material. And these are kind of cool because they have like an eel resemblance. So I really wanted to get these for like the Delaware. So I know there's eels in there. I've seen them. I hate when they have this heat shrink sealed ones. Kind of hard to not get so close to the damn Ziploc. So these, like I said, they're like a little eel. They have that like little head on it, sort of like a little eel, and then it has like a spade sort of like tail. It has like this red line on the edge on the tail to kind of give like that eel like look. And so they're not like elastomer, but they definitely feel like a strong material. They smell weird. They don't smell like regular plastic. And they got like this. They're definitely like a lot of salt impregnated, or yeah, that's a lot of salt. So yeah, it's like it has like a lot of salt in it. You can kind of like see it in the body, but it's a pretty nice color. It like resembles an eel perfectly. What up, Darius? Yeah, I agree. 505. It's like weird. It's like it has like this. It does stretch pretty good, but it's definitely not elastomer like full all the way. It definitely feels durable. And they're on sale. They're not bad price. I don't even think they have like much left of these. So they're like $5, I think, for these. And I have a few like bigger worms like that. I also have one worm that floats real good. This one here. It's like a weird worm name, but it's called the Pinko Straight ED. It's by Kasumi Design. and it's a big worm, and it has this hollow body cavity on the end of the worm. The whole end piece of the worm is hollow. So this part right here is like solid from here, like right here down to this spot here is solid, and then from here on up is hollow. See? And if you look here, kind of goes into like a hollow body. It goes up this way, hollow. So this whole part will stand up in the water. Pretty nice. And it does look like a little eel on the bottom. And I have actually a hook that I'm going to be showing that's kind of cool. That's kind of meant for this larger worms, and it gives a different kind of look to the bait. So it might be silicone. But I don't think they said it was silicone. They just said it was like a elastomer. But it was like a... I gotta relook at that, because no, it doesn't smell like a silicone type plastic. I don't know. But it definitely has a lot of salt in it. But for having a lot of salt, it's not that like fragile. It's not like the salt's coming out like very easily. You kind of just see it in the bait. So, what up, Carol? I didn't see your name there. So, yeah, that was the only worm that I was gonna show. So since I showed that, I'll show the hook that I kind of had for that. So these right here, they kind of running low on these, but they didn't have the large size, which was kind of would probably be better, but these would still probably work. And this is the Evergreen Eel Rig, and it's a hook rig that they pretty much comes like pre-rigged sort of. And you can honestly, if you wanted to, make your own with it. If you wanted, you could cut that braid that's on there and tie pretty much your own length if you wanted, if it came down to that. But really the only difference between the large and the medium is the kind of like the length and also the size of the hook. The large is a 4/0, and then the medium is a 3/0. So this hook system, like I said, comes with that hook right here, like a regular straight shank hook. It has like little barbs on it that built into the hook, metal barbs. And then on here, this part would go through the worm, and then pretty much this part would stick out of the chin of the worm. I'll show you guys a video. And then you would attach a weight, a clip weight, sort of like not really, yeah, you could pretty much attach like a drop shot weight or free rig weight is probably better, and you would have that weight hanging off the chin of the worm, and it kind of makes the bait on the bottom look like a eel feeding on the bottom. So that's why they call it the eel rig, and it's really meant for like larger worms, and it's to pretty much allow that hook to get as far back in the worm as possible, so you get better hook sets. And using a rig like that your EWG style rigging. So I'll show you guys a video of that on the hook up tackle. And like I said, they have 2 different sizes, so technically you could get one that's even bigger that would work for larger worm. Alright. Alright, you guys can see that. Just trying to make sure. Alright, so and that's like a big worm they're using to pretty much show how they're gonna rig it up. Obviously you'll tie your pretty much line to that end, and you have this long section that you end up inserting through the worm, and then it comes out through pretty much right here, and then you rig it like if a regular straight shank type worm rig type. The marker is pretty smart to use. Make it as accurate as possible. And that looks like the large one because that's like a larger hook. And it pretty much slides it. Pretty much that hook point gets to where he put that dot at on the worm, threading that all the way through. And then this is where it gets to that end piece, like I said, where it's going to end up coming at the bottom of the worm. And then you'll press down on that part and it'll kind of like split it. And that's where you'll pretty much put your weight at and rig your worm up. So see how far your hook is down? That's like having like a 14-knot hook in there, worm hook. So yeah, you probably put a free weight for free rig weight. I wish it would have showed inside like a tank, but that you guys get that pretty much idea of what I was saying. Yeah, I've heard that one. I had that actually in my car from Ichiban. They had that on there. So yeah, and so yeah, that was that, and the worms. I do have. I just also got. I'll just show these since it's really nothing. Some hooks, some treble hooks. I got some just Ryugi Pierce hooks, uh, larger sizes for like my swim baits, and then also I got move on to like the hard baits. I guess since there's not really hard bait, I'll show that. I also got this. I've been wanting to get this for a little bit, because it's just pretty cool and something different, really. And but honestly, wanted to throw like an A-rig in the shallow water, but you know it's kind of tough sometimes because a lot of A-rigs weigh a lot more, so they're kind of like snaggy. So it's not really that, you know. Sometimes you're more likely to risk snagging them. So this one right here is kind of like an option for that, and they were on sale as well. So I was like, you know what, might as well try and pull the trigger on it. And it's the G9, the Blade School. It's like a pretty much put together A-rig, and it's a or like a mini A-rig that you can pretty much attach any like swim bait you want to it. I'd probably mainly use it with like crank downs or like a soft swim bait. I was thinking like a soft swim bait would be pretty good. But you get pretty much two of the little clips, which is actually like they sell separately, but you could actually, if you wanted, take one of these and take it off, and you can put that on like a spinner bait. And if you want, because it's the same thing, they just pretty much sell you two of their attachments and the arm piece that you can make the A-rig with to make this. But if you want it, you can just use one of these things for a spinner bait and attach it on. It's the same thing. I can actually show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, so let me see. Alright, so these here, if you want, you can take, since they pretty much clip on, they sell separately. If you want it, you can buy one of these, just one, and they're meant to just go on like your spinner bait, and you can turn like any spinner bait into like an A-rig. So see, so you'll have pretty much like a little A-rig spinner, and it has those 4 blades in the front like that, and it just comes through the water with all those blades like that. But like I said, they sell you just 2 of them, so you can then make this school type deal with the 2 little arms. And the 2 arms they give you is like a pretty strong metal. Alright. So yeah, so it's like a pretty flexible wire. And the weld points look pretty nice. They're nice and solid. So you would take, it looks like, shows you on the back what you're supposed to do. So you'll kind of see that. Like there. It's supposed to have that middle clip piece. And then the other part on the bottom. This part attaches to your lure. So it goes on this part. That's one. That's two. That's kind of cool. It's like a screw. That's easy. So there you go. You get that school pretty much hanging on one side. But for the most part, it's pretty even. So, but like I said, you has a little clip right there. You can honestly beat that clip up if you want it. But it's a pretty cool idea and concept to just be able to rig up whatever you wanted on the end of it and make it like a little tiny A-rig. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, just hang it here. And all right, so the rest, I do got some other wire baits. I guess I could show. Let's see if anybody else came in. No. Yeah, it's a little chandelier. It does. These here were selling like damn hotcakes at the Hookup Tackle. I had one color in my card that I really was trying to get, and they were selling out so damn fast that by the time I checked out, there were like four. There was four left. I had two in my card. They were all gone, and it kind of was crazy. And I was really surprised on how fast they were selling. So I hurried up and just got two decent colors, and just went with that and hurried up and ordered. Because if I would have waited any longer, I probably would have lost those too. And it was weird because they were still in stock when I got on the site, but then out of nowhere, they would just started selling out so fast. I guess everybody was just watching the video at the same time, I guess. I'm getting up the video for a second so I can have everything ready. Right. So, and this bait is pretty sick for like a spinner bait. It's also handmade from a small company that's from Japan. So they're made in Japan, but it's not really like a spinner bait sort of say. You can what up, John? And it's no, it's this right here is the grass piece chatter spinner. It's like a mix of like a spinner bait and a chatter bait. But I thought it was kind of cool because it has a little bit more versatility, and just the whole small craft sort of thing behind it. It's not really a big brand. The concept behind it's pretty cool. Don't really see much of something like this out there, and like I said, the whole design behind it's pretty sick. And but like I said, a lot smaller than I was anticipating because way in Ben's hand, and he made it his hands look like it made it look huge, but it's not. And the hook is pretty beefy though for its size. I will say that. And you can rig a trailer on it, but there's also a couple different things you can do, and I'm going to show you that in the video, which I find pretty sick. And the action is really nice. It kind of reminds me of like the Beeble that I have that has the blade on the front, and that bait got bit for me. So I was like, you know what? If that got bit for me, wouldn't this? So it's pretty sick. And like I said, has a really nice action on the video, and the head is really nice. So I can get it better. It keeps getting there. Shit. That's not gonna work. I don't know why it's casting that like a shadow like that. There you go. So, and it has the bass puzzle on the blade is pretty sick. But the head design, the shape is pretty nice. Got that flat bottom, and then the line tie is actually like lower than the hook point, so it's really not gonna pull on that wire at like really at all. Like you can barely even bending or moving. So that's gonna be pretty damn strong. And I got the white and I think it's the purple gill, something like that. Violet gill. It's like a focus in a second. Got like some purple strands in there, or violet, and then just some clear with black checkered type skirt. The head is like a lavender chrome. So yeah, let me show you the video for these. It's pretty sick. Now, kind of translate what is going on in the video. No. And like I said, you can put a trailer, the OSP do live stick, or a fluke really, like a Sakamata shad will work. So there's, like I said, multiple different ways you can kind of rig this bait. They have just where you can rig it plain up straight without a trailer and just throw it, or you can throw it with a trailer, like I said, with a Sakamata shad or a do live stick, or like a straight tail trailer, like a spunk shad type thing or type bait, and or really any type of straight tail bait really probably would work pretty well. And then there's also a couple other ways that you can have the bait with another feature on it, where you take a split ring, a pretty thick split ring, or decent sized one, probably like a 50-pound split ring, and you would put it around the top eye or the top wire piece, and they'll kind of show that in the video as it's going, and I'll allow you guys to hear it. So he's kind of pretty much saying that right now, pretty much what I'm telling you. Here we go. So this right here, see right there, he puts the split ring. Oh, come on, don't do that. So you see how you have that split ring in front of the blade there, and you can also have the split ring on the bottom down here if you want as well for different sound. But you'll see what it does. So that was with the split ring on it, and then this is without it. Pretty much silent, and then with it. So see how you would have your knot here and then the split ring on top, or you would have it on the bottom. And then with the trailer, you're also going to get more of a downward posture fall, where as without the trailer, it's kind of going to fall in a horizontal way and kind of shimmy down like that. So so with the with the trailer, it's going to kind of fall nose down. But then when there's no trailer, see how it falls pretty much horizontal, and then the blade just makes the bait kind of shimmy here and there. But then with the trailer, nose down, and then it shimmies on the way down. This blade still chatters on the way down. And then he's just showing that the Do Live stick, and then this other bait by Gambler, but I'm not sure if it was a something Gambler, I forget. And I think that was the last thing on those. I know he was talking about the trailer hook that you can do as well. Alright. So yeah, you would still be tied to the wire, not the split ring. So yeah, like I said, it's a pretty cool little bait. Definitely gonna try it. And what I noticed when I went to the title spot recently is that the grass is like really grown in, so it should be pretty good. Like I should start seeing at least some bigger fish at least. If I don't, that's gonna suck. But I think there will be at least something coming. 'Cause usually when that grass is real nice. It's actually, Brendan, it's also meant for ripping out of grass. So it's supposed to be pretty good for that. It's supposed to like be good for ripping out of grass and then letting it fall back down inside of it. Green grass, not slime, but for the most part, that seems like it would probably be the case. Yeah, that is a good point. It is called a grass species. But hopefully they get maybe some more in stock, because I'll definitely buy some more, because that's pretty cool. For I guess another bait, before I get to the complete hard baits, I got the Teckle Sharker frog. I've been wanting to get another frog recently, and this guy here is pretty cool. It's a new frog that came out this year, and it's a gliding frog, and I mainly got this to use this like in like near wood areas, like pretty much swimming away from cover, not in like nasty stuff. So, but it has a swimming action on its own. You can actually straight retrieve this frog if you wanted, and it just kind of has like this S kind of swim to it. It's pretty like unique, and it's pretty narrow too. And the hooks are pretty exposed, so I definitely think it's not meant for like too weedy of areas. So definitely, I think more of like a wood type of frog than like grass or too thick of like lilies or something like that. And and it's got a pretty nice like V-hull shape to it. Like it's really pointy, like a little boat or like kayak. So I could definitely see why it moves so well in the water. and the front eye is a little stiff, but it has a swiveling hook, swiveling thing in the back. So honestly, if you wanted, you could probably put a blade on the back of that thing too. If you know this starts wearing out over time. So that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that. But the hooks definitely feel good. It's definitely nice and soft. The weight on the bottom is pretty nice and flush. It's actually recessed a bit. It's not sticking out really. So I think it's definitely going to be a pretty good frog to try. Might actually be decent for like snakeheads because it feels kind of tough. Like it's soft, but it has a little bit more thickness to it than my other Teckle frogs. Like this guy here, this thing like just falls apart like that. You just press on it and it starts to fall apart, and it cut into itself from the barbs on the hooks. I don't like that. But this one kind of has that the body away from that, so it can't really happen. What up, Jermaine? So yeah, and so yeah, those are the soft baits pretty much for the most part. Anything that had to do with like soft or wired, anything like that. Now the rest is like hard baits, plastic, and metal. So I got a another one of these since I've shown you guys this before, kind of. What up, Justin? This bit right here is we got that same, like I said, I've shown you guys this before, the Hideout 150. I just got a different color. It's the US Shad. It's like a chrome blue with like an orange belly. It's a pretty nice color. It's got that orange belly on the bottom with that chrome blue with that kill on the side. Nice blue. It's like a black back. But they're pretty nice. And you can't beat them since they're on sale. Might as well just keep buying them and stock up on them. Nah, dude. If I can't get it retail, dude, I'm not buying no Psycho Go. Screw that. That's the point of really the only reason why I haven't bought one. I don't feel like they're worth that at all. I fish falls and overwater a lot because we don't have much grass. Things covered. The softer, the better for me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have I have like a lot of grass at Tesla, but it comes a lot later, but I really don't fish when it's like super low really like that. I kind of wait till it gets maybe like a little bit above it when it's like higher tide. So it's just I prefer to fish it when it's just a little bit deeper. So I'm not really getting into too much like nasty stuff, but I was seeing a lot of snakeheads like destroying, I think bluegill. They were like destroying a bunch of something. I don't know what the hell it was. But there was a big one. He was going nuts, and he kind of like, I think, beached himself a little bit and just started going nuts, flipping everywhere. It's like, what the hell? Yeah. I don't know. I hear that, and then some guys tell me it's nothing special. Yeah. that bait you kind of had was kind of real similar. It just wasn't as probably like thick wise, but same action wise. And I do, like I said, I had that straight rats, to be honest. If I really am that desperate for it, I just use that. Yeah, we get a ton of it, and for the most part, it is submerged for the most part. But on the one side where the tide does fluctuate, you kind of get where you kind of have all that grass just laying over. Nah, I haven't seen. What is that? Is that how it's actually spelled? uh, the Weeble, Yottabe Tech. I have no clue who that is. Huh? Nah, I have not. What is it? I've never heard of that. But the other two I'll show is pretty much plastic baits. Hard baits wise, these are just some Edo shiners I got in some limited colors. I got the GLX Cotton Nagasaki. It's a small JDM brand. I thought you were saying it's like a specific, like one bait was the name. Yeah, that's what I thought you had meant, was like a one, like some sort of bait was called that, not the whole brand. But yeah, so this is the Cotton Nagasaki color. It's a pretty nice pinkish color. It's got nice flake in it, a little bit of hologram, and then it goes to like, it has this real nice like kind of orange sunset throat on it. That's real nice. It's like a reddish orange, and then on the bottom it does have like a hyper shift. Kind of can't see it there. You'll see it for a second, but it's like a, not a hyper shift, like a holographic. I forget what the hell that's called. Brandon probably knows what it's called, but I forget what it's called. It's a real nice color though, very subtle. What up, Tyler? Yeah, Sackpiz, he makes some nice stuff. The hardware on there is definitely like some beefy stuff. That's one thing I like about his base. The hardware reminds me of like the saltwater striper stuff that you see. Sweet. Did you catch any fish, Tyler? And how was it, pretty much the fishing for you? Was it tough, or did you get at least something? Yeah, that it did sell out fast. And that's the one I was really actually wanting to get. This other color is the I'll just actually just take it out and show you so that the camera focuses better. And this is called the Spot Hue. It's a another clear color too, pretty much really clear. might not even be able to. There we go. And it has a blue stripe down the side, and for the most part the body's clear. And then you got this kind of chartreuse dot on the head, but then the body on the bottom is kind of like solid. You get like a gut bag sort of look. But it's like a pearl on the bottom, and like I said, you get that blue on the side, and then that gold. Actually kind of reminds me of like a K9 color that I used to have, and it was pretty dope. And that chartreuse head is pretty nice. But yeah, those were the two I got. Sweet. I'll be at work, so that'll be cool. I'll make the time go by a little faster. Did I say hey, Little Rich? What up, Little Rich? I wasn't sure if you were in here for a little while, but just saw that you got in here not too long ago. Yeah, I don't know. It's real, like, pretty even on both sides for the most part. And it looks like it was probably like freehand. Like they didn't use like a stencil sort of thing. So yeah. I wish it had like a little bit more of but it is like in person it's a lot nicer than on the camera. I'll probably take some better pictures, post it on my Instagram later or on the YouTube too. And the Galaxy Galaxy Cotton Nagasaki, it has like a really, that throat color is really nice. That's what it's called. Yep, that's what it's called. Spectrum. I could not think of the name. But yeah, that looks really sick. When you get like it actually captured on film or camera, that looked nice. So and then also I guess since I did show you guys this kind of already, it's Megabass. I got the Respect Color Sewage in the Viper color. So this color hasn't came out in a long time, Sakura Viper. And they never did obviously this color in the Sewage, so I thought that was kind of cool. But it's a pretty dope color. It's got it's actually Morning Dawn. It's pretty dope. It's a Morning Dawn color. It's not actually pink. If you take a light to it and put a light through it, it's literally Morning Dawn. I thought it was pink. But when Ben did say Morning Dawn, I was like, no, no, it's not. It's pink. But then when I took a light to it through my phone, it was Morning Dawn color. And if you kind of can see it at the top a little bit when you look at it, but then it's got that orange belly. And then the crackle back. It's kind of bright. You can kind of see it now a little bit better. And you see that purple on the kind of top. It's like a purple gray. to that cream orange on the belly. With that gold, it's got like also this special gold paint on the it's like a leaf, a maple leaf, I think, or some sort of leaf. Take it easy, Frank. Hopefully work goes by a little faster, man. But thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, that's a cool color. That should be pretty sweet to use in the river. I've been wanting to get to use that. I've been holding on to it to show you guys. Yeah, I saw that, Brandon. I was actually thinking about that. That's funny that you were saying that. I have actually a piece of paper right there, but it's a tide chart. It has some words on it, but it'll probably work. So the rest of the stuff, yeah, I still have one bigger bait too, but I'll show you guys the smaller stuff just to change it up. So these here are a pretty cool little bait. It's a blade bait. For the most part, these are going to be blade baits, but there's different types. This one here is from Bottom Up. It's actually a new blade bait that they came out with. It's called the Flummy. It's a pretty funny name. They have pretty cool names, but the Flummy has pretty nice packaging too. It has like a soft foam padding that it comes like stuck in. But the design is pretty sick. It's got these little plastic cupped bottom piece on the bottom. Right here, see? That's actually a little cup, plastic like lip on the edge of the actual blade. And what that allows the bait to do is have this fall, shimmy on the fall. So you'll have a lot more shimmy than you would with a regular blade bait that's most likely just gonna kind of want to fall straight down. This is gonna want to have it's still some action while it's still coming down on the fall, and it makes it a little bit more, unique. So, some glue, but yeah, and it's like a hard acrylic. Yeah, it looks like an epoxy type plastic that's on the bottom. So, and they're not big. It's only 5 grams, so they're supposed to fall pretty slow. And I've been doing pretty good with blade baits. That Vibration X Dyna, or yeah, the Dyna Response has been working pretty well. But I've had the small sizes, and I wish I would have had the larger sizes. And then I got like I said, another one of that, but in the I think this is the red shad. It's like a copper gold. Come on. It's just reflecting. Oh well, you guys at least saw that other one. Then this is actually what I was just talking about, the Dyna Response. But this one is in the 3/8, so it's a little bit bigger. I've been using the 1/4 ounce one, which is a lot smaller. But this bait here is actually really surprising me a lot, because it stays pretty weedless. I was pretty surprised on it. It's almost just like a lipless in a way. You don't really want to kind of like yo-yo this blade bait. It doesn't do really that well doing that. It's more or less a straight retrieve type a blade bait. You just straight retrieve this, and it gets bit really well. And it uses treble. That's why it has treble hooks instead of kind of like the double frog style hooks. Like 30 jams staples on it. So, and even for being like a 3/8 blade bait, it's pretty light. And the hooks that come on here are really good. They're like a heavy wire, heavy duty gauge. So like I said, it's a pretty nice little blade bait. Come on, man. It was focusing a second ago. Alright. But yeah, and it has that nice thing in the back. Mylar. Or Flashable. But I've had a lot of snakeheads bite the 1/4 ounce one, and they keep coming off, and I think it's just the hook size is not big enough, so I think this one will definitely handle that. And I've also caught a lot of small little bass too with it, so I definitely think this one will catch a little larger size. But like I said, it definitely seems to do better just straight retrieving it and not yo-yoing. Because when you yo-yo it, it kind of it creates this like delay where when you wind it back in, it doesn't want to actually start vibrating for like another like 3 or 4 feet, and then it kind of corrects itself. But my other blade baits that you can change the position on, that one you really can't. You can kind of get that where you can yo-yo it and then continue retrieving no problem, and it'll just start right up. So, and then this other blade bait I got actually a couple of them because they were on sale, and these are actually really good. These are the Yamakatsu. These are called the Salty Sonic. It's a titanium blade bait. It has a titanium blade, or they're made out of titanium, but they're a pretty nice profile, a little bit different. So that's why I got them, is because they have a very, very nice profile. They also have 3 different settings you can put them in, so it's a little bit versatile. And they're like a minnow profile. They fit more like a small little shad, but a minnow fits perfectly. And so that's why I really got them, because they're just like perfect. And it's a good size, and that's a 1/4 ounce blade bait, so that's a pretty big blade bait for the size, so that's pretty cool. And like I said, these are like a titanium blade. So I got also a IU color, I'm pretty sure that's what that is, or like a Setsubi IU. That one. This one is a 3D color. This is like the 3D IU. It almost looks like a minnow, really. Can't really see it in there. Might have one bait I'll add that to it, Brennan, that I still haven't showed yet. And so yeah, this is that IU. So yeah, like I said, it's like looks like a minnow too as well. But that's the IU color, the 3D one. So it's like a print versus like a foil or paint. And then this one here. This one I like a lot. glitter. I think this was the glitter shad. Pretty dope color. Check it out. Show you. Got that nice glitter all over. Black back, silver sides, a little bit of orange on the side, yellow on the cheek. It's a pretty nice color, man. You don't feel the glitter, which is interesting. So they definitely have a nice coating on it. Won't wear off that fast. And those, like I said, these were on sale. They're like $6 or $7. So not bad. Yeah, they're good. That Demiki Walt, I've heard a lot, and the Binsky. Those two are like everlasting baits, really. And you really don't need anything super complicated, to be honest. I just get some certain ones because, like I said, kind of offer just a little bit kind of different specialties, really. Nothing like crazy different. But the blade baits, they work, man. I really have. To me, they're just like a silent. Whenever you want like a silent lipless, I think a blade bait's like the perfect option sometimes. They don't make no noise. They're very thin. Cast really well. They make up a lot of flash. So they're really good. But and then this is the pretty much last bait actually. So, and this is a little swim bait. Brandon will like this. So it's a Raid G-Dash. And this is the new bait that came out this year from Raid. And it's a sort of top water multi-jointed swim bait. And it's a pretty cool little bait. Actually a little bit different than what like the hookup was showing at first. So I had to do a little bit more research on it, and then found out that it was meant to be used a certain way and not as like they were pretty much meant to be. So this bait here is more meant to be used at a usually slower pace or a slower retrieve. But if you do want to like get like a faster pace, you're mainly supposed to do like 3 reel bumps or kind of like sweeps. So you really just want the bait kind of going like fleeing, and then it'll kind of like glide to the side. It's not really meant to just straight retrieve like fast and continuously keep going. So, but at a slow speed, that's where it really looks like really well. Like it kind of has a very like tantalizing slow swim to it, where it's just very stable. It's not actually rolling like side to side as like other multi-jointed swim baits kind of do. They kind of have a tendency to like want to roll really hard when they're going like very slow. This won't do that. It'll just kind of stay very lateral or horizontal and not really roll at all. So that's kind of what makes it kind of special about that. But also it allows you for a chin weight. So if you want to make this bait go down a little bit, because this bait it floats, so it's really meant for above, as it's pretty much like a top water. But you can take a chin weight and put like a grenade weight and get this bait down and fish it like on beds. It's actually was designed like to fish on like bottom and kind of get like this hopping swim to it, sort of like a defensive or like a bluegills eating, and it's pretty unique. They actually have a video on their channel that they put out for this bait. It's pretty nice. This color I couldn't pass up though. It reminds me of the PlayStation 1 color that Megabass did, and I get tons of bites on it. But it has that like spectrum color, what's it called? Brendan was saying on it, on the like the side on the bottom, like from the middle bottom or middle portion to the bottom, and then on top it's got purple to green fade, and then a kind of grayish pearl belly. So it's a pretty nice color. And then also the tail's elastic, so you do get that. So that's kind of cool. And you do get an extra tail too, just like the GI, the regular GI, not the dash. So you get an extra tail. So I have, and actually it looks like the same tail actually as the yeah, it is the same tail. So you can, it seems like they're universal. So that's cool. But they come with some good hooks. It looks like either these are the Ichikawa hooks or the Ryugi hooks. Let me see. Sometimes if it's Ryugi, it'll say. And one thing I did like too is that this one is made in Japan. This hard bait, which I found pretty cool. Okay, I'll just keep it out. Yeah, it's not, Brennan. I'll actually send you a picture. It looks like that a little bit. Hi, the camera's not picking it up, but it's got like a really nice glitter in it, just like that Cotton Galaxy Wagasaki. So yeah, those were pretty much the baits I had to pretty much show. Like I said, I probably won't be buying some for like a little while. Maybe get something if like I said, they maybe bring something that they haven't had or something crazy before I cast. But for the most part, you know, I got a lot of baits that I still have to use, so I really don't want to keep buying more and more in pile, and then I'll never get to the baits, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I don't want to do. I want to just at least be able to, so I can at least, you know, test a lot of the baits or use certain baits that I haven't got the chance to. So I don't like to stockpile too much, even though, like I said, it's fun to have new baits, but sometimes you can't really use all of them. But so yeah, man, that's the kind of sucky part. That's why, like I said, when I had all those swim baits, I sold a lot of them. It was just way too many. It's hard to pick. You don't know which one you want to use. So I just tend to, like I said, I'm buying pretty much stuff that, the reason why I got like all those blade baits, because I really been catching them on blade baits. So I was like, you know what? Let me stock up on a little bit more that I don't really have, because I really don't have too many of them. I only have like 2 of the depths ones, the blade bait, one of the OSPs, and then that vibration, the Dyna. I had 2 of them. I lost one, and I have only one left. So now I have 2. But now I got all those other ones, so I'm stocked up for a little bit. And then, like I said, that hide up I just got because, like I said, that they're on sale. I'm not sure how long that's gonna last. I think they're just gonna sell them until they sell out, and then probably not sell them again. But I don't understand why they're not doing that. Yeah, like I said, I do like buying baits, but I don't get really that sort of like heightenedness that I used to get when I used to buy it. Uh, yeah, test everything out. Or you just had enough time to actually fish for that long. Carol likes her Guggen baits. Give her a giant like gym bag of Guggen baits. But like I said, I did have that that new swim bait they did. Not new swim bait. It's not new. The Da Vinci bait that they brought back in stock, but then they were able to lower like the price because they something, I forget what the hell it was, but I did want to try that, but I'm not sure if it's really worth it. The Da Vinci 190. I was gonna get the shit. There's only 2 of the one I want, so I might not even want it to say it. And there's still another one I like, but the one I was gonna get was the Winning Rose one color. It's pretty dope. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about the one that's all over like swim bait on the ground. Dude, I was pissed, man. They freaking Toxic Day. They had the Sweet Killer there, man. 210. I gotta renew my Depths membership and try and buy the Sweet Killer because it's only for members. It's stupid, but it's out already. I gotta go get it. It's that 210 looks dope, and I gotta get the High Cider. I was pissed. I saw them like on eBay and all that, but they weren't bad prices, but I'd rather just go and pay the $10 a year and be able to buy whatever, Depths members bait I can get. They also have that other one that the bull flat one that has the sideways tail. It's supposed to be a little bit more stable. I think it's called like the Vassallo. Vassallo. Yeah, it's actually it's not really a glide actually. It's like almost like a lipless, join a lipless / crankdown. With the bumble tail that it has that you can get, it makes it have like a little bit more of like a natural wider swim to it that you can kind of get like this gliding sort of action to it, or like a dead walk sort of, which is pretty nice. That's what I was gonna do, was get like the tail with it, 2 different tails, because I think the other tail looks better than the stock tail that it comes with. Yeah, the battalion type action. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's raining. But yeah, it's pretty much just like the battalion, but a larger scale, and that you can change like the tail, pretty much. So, and there's going to be a lot of good baits coming out this year at ICAST, and then also in general from like Japan and stuff. There still hasn't even been like half of the new baits that really I've seen from out there has came over here yet. No, it doesn't have a lip on it, Tim. But it does go like down, like it kind of like cranks down. I guess it's like a lipless. That's why I kind of say that, like, kind of still goes down. But it's a pretty cool bait though. The profile and their paint jobs are nice. And you can, I think it does have 2 line ties, so that's where you're getting like that different sort of action, I think, from it. You get like I think the top line ties like sort of like you're probably going to get like a lipless action to it, and then with the front line tie, you're probably more going to get that gliding sort of swim action to it. That fish arrow, the jack, something, fish arrow jack arrow or something, fish arrow jack, monster jack. That one is pretty cool. It's like wait, isn't that the VT jack? The VT jack is like a lipless, giant lipless fish arrow made. It's like a 7 or 8 inch fish lipless bait, but it's like in the shape of the riser jack, sort of. It's just like narrow. I have actually right here. They have it on Tackle Warehouse actually. I'll show you guys real quick. So that's it right there. It almost looks like a Gancraft sort of type of bait. But that's just like, it's like a giant lipless bait. They have a 230 and then like a 1 something, 180. But yeah, it says it's this DRT and fish arrow, so it's both technically, but most likely DRT designed most of it because they did the same thing with the damn riser jack. And design in collaboration between fish arrow and DRT. It's a large profile swim bait that produces a similar action to a lipless crankbait, draws incredible strikes, built with the line tie center over the head. Same soft V-tail as the DRT Clash 9. Swim bait generates this ultra strong vibration, side to side wobble while diving down to 8 feet on a long cast, making it ideal fishing for over top of grass beds, points, and other submerged structure. It also slowly floats, which gives it the ability to float up and out of snags like a shallow running crankbait. If you want the bait to suspend or sink, you could be equipped with a wire hanger under the chin that is designed for a small weight to change the sink rate for varying conditions. Finished with high tail gill plates and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can still find them. You mostly gotta get like on eBay. I think also I haven't been on the member one in a minute, but I got it, like I said, renew it. But I think you can still get it on there. They still offer it. Because I've seen new colors recently of that bait. They have it was like an IU color that I haven't seen. But I gotta get another one of those too, the regular size, the tiny one. Because I only have one. And the only reason why I don't really use it as much anymore is really, well, I have actually used it pretty recently, but I don't use it like as much, really, because I don't want to lose it. And I have a lot of good fish on that. It's all right, Adam. I appreciate the light, man, and you stopping by. I'm about to get off anyway. I'm pretty much finished, so I've just been chatting for a little bit. My damn eye. Yeah, I probably, like I said, I was telling everybody else, I probably won't be getting none for a little bit, but I might be. I forgot what it was. I was gonna be getting something. I forgot what it was that I might be getting soon, but no, nah, I was thinking about getting like a big bait, but then I didn't really. Not the one that's on the hookup tackle, like a custom garage bait, but besides from like I said, a few other things, probably not. I really want to get some like fishing clothes. I'm doing a lot better, Brennan. Stomach pain pretty much went away. That shit was horrible. It really sucked. And it lasted like for so long. I've never had that like that. Passenger. Oh, you talking about you got one of those 86 baits? I never seen the swimming action on that bait. They look pretty decent. I'm sure it's pretty nice. How much were they? I didn't even look into them. So I'm not really into like the swimming, too much into like the sinking swimming baits. Unless does he have a floating option, or is his slowly sink too? That's what I don't even know. Like I said, I didn't even look into that bait. Okay. Damn, the Doom Riders are now 210. What the hell? Jesus. I remember when they were like 180. Or 170. They were like 170, and then after shipping like 180. What up, Malone? There was a low flow option on this one. Oh, sick. That's pretty cool then. Yeah, I like that. I heard he's not gonna make though anymore till next year. Like he must be making some big batches. At least probably like 300, 400, which is a lot. I have been wanting to try and get one of those bug rocks again. I've been wanting to back up for that for a minute. I might have to hit up somebody that I might know might have one and see if they still got it. See if you might do a trade. I might do that. So I've been wanting a backup for that. Cause that bait, I really would like to use it more. That's another one. Even though I have it like rigged up to where it's pretty hard to snag, I really would not want to lose that damn thing. But I do use it. I just tend to use it, and if I don't get a bite like within 15-20 minutes of casting in a certain area, I move on, cast. I don't push my luck. I don't keep casting, and I end up snagging it. So it took them a minute to sell out. Yeah, so it definitely probably was a big batch. If it took a minute for his base to sell out, that means it was a lot. So that's probably why he's not making some till next year. Yeah, Dave, that's the only thing that sucks. Like he makes them every month. Like you could do have a chance to get them, just that the price rose from what I paid for mine. I only paid like 130 for mine, and then now it's pretty much like close to like $200 for one. And then the fact that you know the color I got specifically, he doesn't really make that much, so it kind of sucks. But I definitely want to get one. And that one that he has is like a glide bait slash swim bait, like a multi swimmer. That one was the Eden. That one's a really nice bait. I would trade somebody for that too. Yeah, wouldn't mind. Yeah, I really don't like losing any bait, but you know, some baits they're a lot harder to replace, so it makes it a lot worse. So, but yeah, that was pretty much it for the night. I really didn't have anything else to show. I was trying to think if I had anything to show you guys. No, I really don't. I will be though, trying to do like, because I've noticed that not as many people are like going on the bank. So, or at least there was like yesterday. So if there's not as much people in the bank, I can do like a live, just chatting and stuff like that, and hanging around. So that'd be kind of cool. I just didn't want to do that while people all around and stuff like that. It just felt weird. So hopefully I don't get as many people around and I can do that. And also I wanted to the culvert bite should be pretty good. And this upcoming week, the tide is going to start coming like perfect to like around like 1 or 2 on Mondays when it starts coming in. So that's like perfect timing. All next week, well, pretty much. So, yeah, for sure. And not just sometimes even not just like price wise. Sometimes just like the rarity of bait. Because sometimes you have old baits that don't cost like super crazy, but it's not as easy to get them. You know, and they're pretty hard to find. So some of those are also just as bad to lose as a real expensive swim bait. you know, like old Bagleys or old crankbaits or just anything old in general. Kind of sucks. Yeah, the sewage is nice, Daniel. Is the only issue I had with mine was that the lip kind of was having like where it was kind of just not having that uh, tight of like a tolerance. Like it really just would kind of like flick back and forth. And then like on the cast, it would land and somehow it would move a little bit forward and go into like the cranking mode, which I didn't like that. But it will stay there for like a little bit sometimes, and then you just gotta like push it down and then cast it a couple more times, and then after so many casts, it like goes back. So that's the only issue with it. But for the most part, I'm hoping on this one it was just like a defect because the one I have, the other one, it has like 3 settings, and this one kind of had that, but doesn't really stay there like that. Like, let me see. I don't think I even paid attention to that. Oh no. Yeah, no. So, hmm. And this one looks like, yeah, it clicks a lot further than my other one. So, like that is flat for the wake mode. So you'll get, like I say, you get two different things you can do per mode. So for the wake mode, you can do a nice slow retrieve, rolling, and then also you can dog walk it. And then on the diving mode, you can fast retrieve it, and you can also like jerk or twitch the bait and get like a dead walk sort of action underwater. But like I said, that's for that wake mode, and then you'll see it'll click finally. And my other one doesn't. Like it's weird. It's got like a delay, and it'll click also in the middle. But uh, that's the cranking mode, and it will pretty much go like about like 5 feet, 4 feet, and it does grind on rocks pretty nice. And I think too that I was doing that maybe a little bit too much, or too aggressive, and that might have maybe messed with it. It's probably not meant for grinding rocks, so that could have maybe messed it up too a little bit. So I'll probably be a little bit more careful with that and just use it more for like deflecting, because it did deflect off of stuff pretty well too. It's because it got like a coffin bill. Yeah, that was like the only my only thought. But that one does seem a lot tighter. I'm not sure it's because like the paint job is a little bit heavier on there, so it's like inside the bill or something. So we'll see on that one too. So I wouldn't. I think you're better off for probably just getting like a Mikey, in my opinion, for if you wanted something that'll last. They're almost the same size, probably same price. You can find them for. So I would get that or uh, something that's similar. I'm trying to think. Hmm. I guess no, the tiny flash is not similar. That high solder from Depths would probably be a good one, but it's they really I don't think they're gonna sell that to the public. You gotta get it on the membership, but it's sort of like the same thing. It's got like a multi-joint. This is an older one though. This is like it's made out of like foam, so it's a little bit different, but same sort of concept. Multi-jointed swimmer. But I've caught fish on that sewage though. A couple like 2-pounders, maybe like 1-3, and yeah, not too many big ones though. But it did catch fish. That's the Vibration X Battalion. It has the lip on it. It's still the same bait, but just for some reason it has a lip. They put a lip on it. Not sure. Maybe it's just because it's smaller, it has to have it. And nah, I have not heard that one. Cookie finger topwater lure. Nah, sounds weird. I've seen a couple new baits though that's coming or that's out. They have the there's like I think there's a flap slap coming out, or I'm not sure if it's a flat slap or it's a different like type of flap slap. Oh, I did see that. Like I think the high float might be they might be like coming back, or they're just restocking them a lot. Because Ichiban, they brought like a bunch of them back, colors, which I found interesting. And then also they had like the 110 rising and like a +3 and the +2. So the 110R and a +1 and 2, which was interesting. That's pretty interesting. The call shad looks pretty nice though. I think it's not bad. Better than that Bessie glide. I wanted that call shad kind of reminds me of this bait, but I've got to try it out a little bit more. I've used it, but I had put a little bit of a chin weight to kind of get it down a little bit further because it just stayed on top. But it's generally it was designed as a top water soft plastic because it floats. It has like an air cavity built into it, which is not really an air cavity. It's a piece of foam, but it just is meant to like float on top of the water and then just kind of skim on top of the surface. But also you can pop the bait where it would just kind of make like this popping sound, and it'll kind of go to the side, back and forth, and then you just let it float back up, and it kind of floats like that back up. It like wiggles. So what up, Kern? So yeah, so that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. So thanks for everybody sticking around. I appreciate you guys sticking around for as long as you guys have. It's almost 2 hours, so I really do appreciate that. I'll probably, like I said, maybe try to do something besides obviously like an unboxing or something soon. Maybe cover something for the summertime, maybe some summer techniques and stuff like that I like to do. So, but yeah. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing, man. Take care, Carol, Malone, Daniel, Japan, USA, Tim, Dave, Brendan, Adam, John, and everybody else. Take care.